Hey now, it's the Deadhead Daddy, and I'm unfortunately home today from work with some back spasms, so I figured this was a perfect opportunity to do a tribute video to one Mr. Bobby Ace Weir, who we lost just a couple days ago. So it's not going to be your typical tunes from the Groovy Room video, but it's hopefully going to be a cool one. Alright, let's see here. Perfect. Alright. So why don't we celebrate old Ace in style, shall we? Alright, gang. I have went ahead and put some CBD oil on my back. And I'm feeling a little bit better. Got some coffee. So today's episode of Tunes from the Groovy Room is all going to be just a special tribute to the late, great Bobby Weir. And I'm just going to show off my collection. I'll have a few stories here and there, but it's not about listening to them. I just want to show everybody how much I appreciate his body of work. Pure and simple, just a simple video, probably short. But I have said that I do like to throw out, not a commercial or something, but support for our brothers and sisters out there who are doing it. So I have been reading a phenomenal book called When Push Comes to Shove, and this is by Holly A. Rose, and it is basically the journals of her tour life following the Grateful Dead. It's a super cool book. I've been wanting to read it because I should have listened to my buddy in 1992 and said, screw it all, and go on tour. And there is a part of me in my old age that regrets not doing that. So, been reading that just to get some of the stories, and it's a good book. I've talked to Holly a couple times online, a little bit, and messaging. She seems like a really cool lady, and check out her book. Okay, I'm done hawking. So let's get into my Bobby Weir collection. And because I know many of you like this part of my collection, I do have just a handful of cassettes. I have Weir Wasserman Live. It looks like it was recorded on 4/25/95, and I don't think there's anything super special in the case or anything, and it's because it's on a tape with a copied version of Jerry's Run for the Roses album. So I don't think there's anything super unique in the cover or anything, and we will definitely get to this. If you want me to listen to this and review it, tell me now. Other than that, the only other cassettes I have are Rat Dog from the Akron Civic Theater in Akron, Ohio on 3/23/98. So, and these covers are actually super, super cool, so I'm not going to show them to you yet, because I will review these eventually as well, and it's a good talking point for a future video. Alright, now we move on to probably the most extensive part of my Bobby collection, CDs. Okay, there is a thrift store around here that sells CDs and things like that. And I went in there one day and I found a lot of gems, Grateful Dead related, that I never thought I would ever come across in a million years. So firstly, I got the Bobby and the Midnights CD, and I love this cover. Like, sometimes I think about getting this as a tattoo. This is an amazing CD cover. And I also got, Bobby and the Midnights, and their second album, which is When the Beat Meets the Street, I believe. I believe that's what it's called. That's what I was trying to look at. What's really cool, we will get into this stuff down the line. But what's really cool about the first Bobby album is Brent Midwin is actually on it. So that's kind of cool. Again, we will get to those. Everything is, I just showing my collection, you know, I'm kind of wigging. Okay, then we have a Kingfish live show. This is the Lion Chair in San Alcimo on December 17th, 1974. For those of you who don't know, during the hiatus of the Grateful Dead, Bobby joined a band called Kingfish, and that's where Lazy Lightning Supplication comes from, and it's just a really cool, fun, blues-oriented band. Check them out. I got some more. I also have a bootleg copy of Bobby Weir and the Wolf Brothers' 50th anniversary of Ace, the actual concert, on 3 no-budget, cheaply made covers, because I have no budget, but it's cool to have that. I also have both albums in the Bobby Weir and Wolf Brothers Live in Colorado collection, both of them. And I was able to find a copy of Bobby Weir and John Mayer. This is Rise from the River. It was a benefit for the beautiful Park County, and it was on August 8th, 2022. So this is a pretty cool, fun show. Very chill and mellow. You get to hear Bobby and John Boy jam together. And I have a copy of Bob Weir and Rat Dog's Evening Moods, as well as I thought I lost this, so it's cool. I have 2 different shows on CD by Rat Dog. This is at the Akron Civic on November 9th in 2000. And this one is at the Nautica Stage on August 21st, 2001. So I'm like actually really jazzed. Like, as I was putting these together for this video, I must have not realized I grabbed them, and then I went to look for them and I couldn't find them. I was like, oh man, I thought I lost it. So awesome. I also have, of course, Bob Weir's Blue Mountain, and this album is super, super mellow for me, and I don't listen to it a lot, but I think it sounds a lot more poignant after his unfortunate passing, so I've actually been really listening to it the last couple of days. And I have a random compilation called Weir Here, which just has all kinds of, it's 2 discs from all over Bobby's career. Again, we'll get into that later. And then, of course, no Bob Weir collection would ever be complete without Ace. And I had looked long and hard for a copy of Ace on CD and vinyl for years. So I, for one, am ecstatic that I finally have it, the 50th anniversary re-release, which I was afraid they weren't even going to do. Excerpts from that and a 50th anniversary show are on this collection. So that inspired me to actually find the bootleg of the whole show, because it was so good I wanted to hear the rest. So those are the CDs. Man, I almost forgot I have a double dose of Kingfish on Relix Records, and this is Kingfish Alive in '85, and another live album just called Kingfish, and it features over 70 minutes of music. Again, this is on Relix Records, so I was super stoked to find this. This was in that day where I found things I shouldn't. And then I also have Ace, the 50th anniversary, on vinyl, because I had to have it, because it's Ace. And I have Volume 1 of Bob Weir and the Wolf Brothers, Live in Colorado, on vinyl. And then, last but not least, I have the debut studio album and the only studio album with Bob Weir from Kingfish, and that is just a rad cover. Sorry for the glare, but that's just a rad cover. And finally, I have Kingfish Live and Kickin'. So that's pretty sweet. So I'm pretty excited to have those. Speaking of Bobby vinyl, I can't believe I didn't show you guys the one I put on. This is Heaven Help the Fool, his second solo album, and it's really cool because it's still got the original plastic and the original sticker from the store when the original buyer bought it, and I think that's just really cool. I personally, in my vinyl collection, I don't like things pristine and perfect. Like, I don't use the plastic protective covers because I like the sound it makes when you pull a vinyl record away from others. I do. I'm just nerdy like that. But so I don't keep anything in plastic protection or anything was my point. But I like the plastic, like when you still have plastic on it, or the stickers, or you take it out and it says Barb or someone's name on it, or even the promotional copy. I like unusual things that there's a story there too. So even if I don't know that story, I know there's history. So anyways. Okay, I don't really have a whole lot of like Bobby memorabilia per se. It's just not as common to find. So, but I did want to show you that I have this Rad Ace sticker, and I can't remember who made it. I feel horrible because it's a great sticker and I'd love to send you their way. But I ordered it when I ordered this really cool Billy Strings one, and they're both very similar. So, yeah. Now, just for clarity's sake, I do, of course, have a bunch of Grateful Dead, a bunch of Dead and Company with Bob on it as well. But that's the Grateful Dead and Dead and Company, not Bob Weir. So I wanted to focus more on the like groovy Bob Weir stuff that I have accumulated over the ages. I did get a chance to see the Grateful Dead in 1992. And I did get to see, I was lucky enough to see the Dead and Company band 5 times over the years. And then I was supposed to see Rat Dog at Nautica Stage. Had my ticket and everything, and that was the tour that Bobby canceled because he wasn't feeling well. And if you know what tour that is, send me a comment because I don't remember right now. So let me know what tour that was, what show that was supposed to be, because I couldn't find the ticket. It's stuffed in a book somewhere. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little tribute to Mr. Bobby Weir and a peek at my collection. Any of these CDs, albums, cassettes that you saw, if you want me to do one of my low budget reviews on them where I listen to it and then tell you what I thought and all the liner notes and all that, please feel free to comment. If you like my content, if you want to see more, a subscription would be super sweet. And I always appreciate just a like and a share. I mean, that's a given. So, thanks for watching. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's celebrate Bobby's life and not mourn so much because that's what he would have wanted. My new saying is, at least we enjoyed the ride. All right. Have a super day. And as always, stay grateful.